This video is a step-by-step overview on how to change yarn when a bobbin runs out in one of our braiders. These braiding units can run for hours unattended. This allows for an operator to watch over many machines throughout a shift. Many of these braiders are equipped with andon lighting systems. These alert the operator to the machine's status. Some of these machines don't have lights, so an operator is able to monitor all of the machines in the room using an alert system. A central monitoring system keeps the operator aware if a braider is running, stopped, or offline. It can be viewed on a computer terminal and a centrally located overhead monitor. Green means that a braider is running. Red means that it is stopped and requires attention. Yellow means that it is offline. Before starting work on any machine, follow all safety precautions and wear the required PPE. Make sure you have everything you'll need to perform the task. Yarn is stored on the right of the braider you are working on. It is kept on a shelf attached to the neighboring machine. Always refer to the routing on the production ticket. It contains all the information and bill of materials for a job. To prevent waste, be mindful of the amount of wire required to fulfill an order. Checking the quantity on the production tickets against the footage meters on the braiders will prevent costly overruns. Before replacing a bobbin, verify the label on the new bobbin matches the information on the routing. It is very important to keep the yarn free of dirt or oil. Keep the bobbin in its wrapper until it's ready to be installed. Handle the bobbin with clean hands or wear gloves. Fundamentally, all of the braiders work the same way. However, there are a couple different ways that they are activated. Be sure to familiarize yourself with the equipment before replacing a bobbin. The ones pictured here have a knob to switch the carousel from run to jog mode. The style pictured here has a lever. The yellow arrow is pointing to it. This lever engages and disengages the carousel with the main drive of the machine. This demonstration will be performed on the lower clockwise rotating carousel. The operator removes the empty bobbin by pressing in the retaining clip, removing the core, and discarding of it in the trash. The operator then removes the new bobbin from its packaging, ensuring it is kept clean. He removes the adhesive label retaining the yarn, being careful not to allow the spool to unravel. He then carefully loads the bobbin onto the post of the carrier and threads it into place. This will be shown later in more detail. He then wraps it around and under the wire guide plate from right to left. The operator then engages the machine and lets the braider wind for about 1 to 2 inches. He then stops it to verify that it is working properly and trim off any fine strings that are hanging off the side. Once he has verified everything looks right, he then re-engages the carousel. Here are the steps in more detail for the clockwise rotating bottom carousel. First, remove the empty bobbin's core and discard of it in the trash. Then remove a new bobbin from its packaging. Remove the adhesive label holding the end of the yarn on the bobbin. Hold onto the yarn and don't allow it to unravel. Take note of the direction the yarn is facing, from left to right. Load the new bobbin onto the carrier. Thread the yarn through the first guide, around the hook on the sensor lever, then over the second guide. Bring the yarn up around the back of the other strands under the wire guide plate from right to left. Engage the carousel slowly and let it braid for 2 to 3 inches. Then stop. Cut off the leading end of the yarn and any frays on the braided wire. Check the braid's quality to verify the bobbin replacement procedure was performed correctly. Then restart the machine. Observe that everything is running correctly before closing the front door to the hood of the machine. Be sure to discard of all your trash properly, especially the yarn's adhesive labeling. These stick to the floor and are difficult to remove. Remember, housekeeping is everyone's responsibility. And now for the top counterclockwise rotating carousel. The working principle is the same with slight differences in the threading of the yarn, not to mention the fact that it is rotating in the opposite direction. The identification, removal, and handling of the bobbin are the same as before, only this time the yarn comes from the bobbin going from right to left. The bobbin is then installed on the carrier using a friction fit. The yarn is threaded around the guide stand to the left, behind the bobbin, through the upper guide on the right, then through the lower guide. It then goes up and around behind the other strands from left to right under the wire and guide plate. The operator then performs the same operation as he did for the lower carousel. Engaging the carousel slowly, let it braid for 2 to 3 inches and then stop. Cut off the leading thread and any frays on the braided wire. Check the braid's quality to verify that the bobbin replacement was performed correctly. Now that the bobbin change is complete, you're still not done. Allow the braider to run for 2 to 3 minutes and check the quality of the braid. This can be observed on the outside of the machine between the capstan and the take-up. Thank you for watching. I hope you found this presentation informative. As always, work safely. And if you're unsure of what to do, ask questions. We're here to help.